Is that the Jehovah's Witness microphone on a stick? Celebrities? I'm not a celebrity, but they are. So today I want to talk about Jehovah's Witnesses that were famous celebrities or are famous celebrities. I thought it would be interesting to talk about them and to discover them together with you. And some you already know, and some you have maybe have no idea were actually Jehovah's Witnesses. So come along with me. I'm looking forward to this one. So first I'm going to start off with Katherine and Joe Jackson, the parents of Michael Jackson and Janet Jackson. They were born in Alabama. Katherine was enjoying singing. She wanted to be in the entertainment industry. She was also playing instruments such as the piano. Joe was a manager for talents, so he was already in the industry as well. They both got 10 children. In the Jackson family, I'm gonna say something that is maybe a little controversial. Maybe I'm gonna get some crap for this, but I don't really understand why someone, even if they're a good person, let their children around such a monster as Joe Jackson. Because if you hear about the stories that the things that he did to the children, it was crazy. I wouldn't want to say that you can see it in his face, but he doesn't. I don't know. I wouldn't have been attracted to this man. But Katherine Jackson was actually a Jehovah's Witness, and they raised their children as Jehovah's Witness. And she is still in the religion. I think she's still practicing it. They moved to Gary, Indiana. At some point before Joe and Katherine got married, he wanted to pursue a boxing career actually, which is interesting because he's usually described as a monster really, but his children forgave him. I don't know if all of them forgave him, I don't think so, but Michael and Janet seem to forgive him. So he signed with Motown with the Jackson 5 in the 60s as well, so the whole thing started there. Jackson 5 was a formation with Tito, Marlon, Jackie, Jermaine and Michael Jackson, and it was quickly seen that Michael was very talented, so he could start a solo career as well. Janet did the same thing. So now we're going over to the one and only Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was so extremely talented, and he made a legendary status, the best sold artist of all time. He was a unique person, a soft person. Some people say that he was a real thug behind the scenes. I don't know. Someone recently said that I know that first comes God and then comes Michael Jackson, which I thought was a kind of funny thing, because it's almost true. Like, so many people know who Michael Jackson was and who he is and what he did, and I remember that moment where he was standing on stage and he was just staring with his sunglasses on and cool outfit. He was just staring in the distance, and people were fainting, and it was crazy. It was crazy, and it was really fun. I love that scene a lot. So yeah, I want to talk about Michael Jackson's relation to being a Jehovah's Witness. So I remember Michael Jackson actually had a video with Elizabeth Taylor, and they were celebrating his birthday. And I remember Michael saying that while he was unwrapping his gifts that he got, that he felt like he was doing something wrong by celebrating his birthday. And I really feel that, like I really felt that when I saw that video. And I remember that I didn't know, if you don't know that there's something else out there, then you feel like you're doing something wrong because you don't know any better. You don't know any better. And that's it. You feel like you're betraying something that you know. So I understand. And Michael Jackson was later on in life he loved Jehovah, and he was feeling bad celebrating birthdays as well. He was very open. His love has grown over the years again. I think he was really very much in search of himself, and he found that, and yeah, that's his path. I want to talk about Prince, or the artist formerly known as Prince. He was really in search of himself, and he knew he was a very intelligent person. Prince Nelson, very intelligent person. He knew how the music industry was, and he was walking his own path. A very good musician, singer and actor. He was playing a lot of instruments as well, as he was a great singer and a great entertainer, acting in the movie Purple Rain. I wonder if the story was hitting close to his home, because it did mine. It was hitting my home quite a lot, because my family had a similar story. So yeah, I remember I found that a very beautiful movie. Prince was in search of himself throughout life, and yeah, in a very he was dressing in a very androgynous way. He was very sexy, and like I'm feeling myself when I'm listening to Prince. I like to do household chores and actually listen to Prince. I love his music. He made music such as When Doves Cry and Raspberry Beret, which was a pretty unique song actually. He made music for Batman. He was so all round, and The Purple Rain was a very popular song that he sang. Yeah, later on in life, Prince was a Jehovah's Witness, which is interesting because he wasn't before. He wasn't raised as Jehovah's Witness, but I think he was hanging out with people that were Jehovah's Witness, and that's how he got to be Jehovah's Witness as well. I found it very, interesting. He was also very public and very open about being a Jehovah's Witness on stage, receiving awards, for instance. He was very open about it, was talking about it. I found it very interesting at the time. So yeah, I'm going over to other celebrities that were Jehovah's Witness that you may know, maybe not know. So I'm going to start off with Geri Halliwell. That's a personal favorite because I didn't know that she was, of course, she was a Spice Girl. She was Ginger Spice, and I was a very big fan of Spice Girls back in the day. And I didn't know she was a Jehovah's Witness at some point, but I'm also not amazed for some reason. So, because I think a lot of celebrities have been a Jehovah's Witness. One I also know are the Wayans brothers. They are a comedic family actually, and they are well known from the movie White Chicks, for instance, which was a great movie. I think some of them in the family were still Jehovah's Witness and others aren't. So yeah, keep it short in this case. Also rapper Xzibit, known from the song Paparazzi back in the day, for instance, and from Pimp My Ride, where he was together with West Coast Customs, with all people's old cars, got a complete makeover. It was very popular to do makeover shows at the time, so he was doing that as well. He was saying like, yo dog, yo dog. There are memes from him. At some point it was very popular to share them as well. Yeah, I really like him. He's also funny. And the rapper Ja Rule, I used to listen to Ja Rule as well in the early 2000s. Was also Jehovah's Witness back in the day. So many more. Another family that I want to talk about is the Williams family. So Serena and Venus Williams. Great tennis players, beautiful women. They have done so much as well. They have a great grand status as well in tennis world. Yeah, they've also been raised to Jehovah's Witness. So that is interesting. This is my conclusion of the video, and that is that I think that celebrities that were Jehovah's Witness or are Jehovah's Witness are either moving away from it after they were Jehovah's Witness in their parents' home. So they either moved away from it, covered their life, which is not an unfamiliar thing, or they are moving back to it again afterwards because they felt like it did something good for them, which is totally fine, very personal thing. Yeah, so a lot have left and some have, even the grands became a Jehovah's Witness or again. So yeah, I think going through something, it's a discovery of yourself. I think some people are really choosing to find themselves more in the entertainment industry. I'm also working in the entertainment industry, and it's confronting sometimes, you know, but I work behind the scenes. It's confronting sometimes, and everybody wants to be in the spotlight, especially nowadays. Yeah, and back then it was very different. Like being famous was very different as well. So than it is now. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Thank you very much for listening and watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate your comments as well. Thank you very much. So far already, I've seen some comments. Thank you for engaging. I really want to reach more Jehovah's Witnesses and ex-Jehovah's Witnesses, especially because they have been through a lot, and it's very hard to navigate through life, back to life again after being isolated for so long and feeling like you don't belong to the world. And I really want to help those people. Thank you very much for watching, and peace.